Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I got something very weird. It's a very strange mix-up of a Yu-Gi-Oh deck, but what it is actually going to be a gadget Vernus deck. So how it works is all of your Earth monsters, basically a part of like the Vernus archetype, are going to be treated as Vernus monsters. So with this continuous spell over here, Corolla, it makes it so all monsters you control are treated as the Vernus monster archetype. Then once per turn, if you would discard a Vernus monster, you get to add one card to activate the effect of that Vernus monster in your hand. You can discard only that Vernus monster instead. So what it comes down to is the gadgets actually have a really good synergy with this deck, and I've never seen this before, so it's a very like interesting Yu-Gi-Oh deck. It's kind of weird. But obviously, when you search out the green gadget, you add the yellow, yellow will add the green. So you basically get to cycle through multiple monsters. So how are we special summoning all of these gadgets? Well, most of the Vernus archetype, how it works is, it makes it so, well, this one is the duck, the misting seedlings. So all monsters on the field, they lose some stats except for the Vernus monsters, but you can discard this card and one monster or one Vernus card, and you cannot activate non-Earth monsters effects for the rest of the turn. We get to add an Earth fairy monster from your deck to your hand except for itself. But pretty much you're just using it for the gadgets to recuperate the cost of going for the minus. So now yellow gadget's going to add the green gadget. Then we're going to activate the bears effect over here. So this is the Vernus thawing mountains. Discard it, and another one. They all have kind of similar effects where you can discard this this card, almost like a Machina Fortress, if you will, but you get to draw a card, then you can special summon an Earth monster from your graveyard, and it still has that effect where you can't go for anything over here. Well, if you mouse over the username, like Aldo shouts to him for this build, you can see that you can only go for, you know, Earth monsters effect. So now we're going to go ahead and resummon the gadgets. At this point, we've gone through all of the gadgets, but we're not done yet. Okay, so now that we have the effect of the bunny, which is the Vernus, the flowering fields, again, now this one has another bonus effect. Your opponent can't target the Vernus monsters you control with card effects, and since this makes so all Earth monsters are treated as it, you're kind of safe on a lot of plays. So not only does this have like good consistency because you're just spamming a bunch of monsters, right? But then you also have protection potentially if you happen to go for this Vernalizer monster. But yeah, you discard it, and then you get to go special summon another Earth monster from your graveyard. And since these are summoned from the graveyard, you're going to get a bonus effect with this card, which we'll talk about in a moment here. So now we're going to see the other gadget come out. Red gadget going to be adding the yellow, and then we can go into a Gear Gigant X, and that allows us to search for whatever we need. In this case, it's going to be Gadget Gamer. I know there's a lot of weird stuff in this deck, but bear with me, it's going to be a pretty decent board. So when this card is normal summon, you can add a level 1 machine monster from your deck to your hand. You tribute to special summon a Morphtronic monster from your hand, and then you can special summon a Gadget Hauler. So I'm going to summon this over here, and then be able to search out another card, tribute it, go right into Telephon. So Telephon over here is just there as a tuner. It does have the effect where you get to gain some life points if you like roll, but you see it land on 4 plus 400 life. Might as well get extra life points, right? So now we're seeing Power Tool Dragon. Power Tool Dragon can reveal 3 of the equip spells, and then your opponent randomly adds one. But if you reveal 3 copies of the same one, you're getting the card. And if you're thinking, well, what if I draw the card? Well, if you draw the card, then you don't need to worry about the effect anyways. But Living Fossil lets you target level 4 and then special summon it, and then you banish the when the card leaves the field, you banish the equipped monster. It gains some stats, but doesn't really matter too much because we're just going to use it as more material. So we're going to go right into Telephon once again. Hey, that's the tuner. Go into a Naturia Beast. So Naturia Beast, pretty good card. It basically says, hey, you're probably not going to get anything done in the following turn in terms of spells. But we have a Masquerena as well as the Vernus and the Flower Bud. So you get target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of Earth monsters you control with different names or special summon from the graveyard. And since pretty much everything is special summon from the graveyard, you'll be a-okay for most of the monsters. Obviously the Synchros and the Masquerena won't count for that. But then you get to use those, and then you get to return all Earth monsters you control to the hand equal to the number of the target. So you get to bounce back your gadget and basically recuperate the next set of plays for the following turn, because you just bounce back the gadget, normal summon the gadget, re-add the card. So gadgets get their effects when they're normal or special. So we see the Vernus card over here, bouncing back that effect. So he needs to activate you know, his Nadir Servant, but that's not going to be happening anytime soon. Now he's going to go ahead and attack, do some damage, and his opponent is going to go ahead and follow up with the next turn of the Diviner, because that's kind of his only option. He hits another card, and now he's going to go summon the Diviner. He needs to get rid of that Naturia Beast. He goes for Enchest. Enchest is going to be trying to pop Nat Beast, but Called by the Grave was there to save the day, and basically he's able to recuperate. So this is a very weird and interesting deck that I haven't seen, and I love seeing people in the Yu-Gi-Oh community make unique, newer, and interesting things that I just haven't seen before. So credits to Aldo for this build. I'm just going to go and mouse over the cards since I kind of already explained how the deck kind of works. But the goal is usually to turn one Nat Beast, and then you can maybe throw out, because Power Tool doesn't really do anything, but obviously with Masquerade you can go into other things, but his opponent never had the opportunity to go for it. So being able to consistently throw up a turn one Nat Beast plus any other form of protection can usually be pretty good against most decks, as Natura Beast is still one of those cards that can automatically win against certain matchups. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay of a really weird Gadget Vernus deck. If you guys did, throw up a like on it if you're new here and you want to see more new Yu-Gi-Oh decks in the future, like this one by Aldo. Subscribe to the bell and you'll definitely see more, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.